Sorry, ran out of time in the last video. So when we divide both sides by negative 150, we actually get that Q is equal to 33. Now we always write our answers in ordered pairs, but in a word problem, these actually have a lot of meaning. So Q is number of quarters. So we know we have 33 quarters. Now we need to figure out how can we find out how many dimes we have? We know that there are 103 coins in all. So if there are 33 quarters, that's how we wrote the equation D plus Q equals 103. So if 33 of them are quarters, solving this equation would just be to subtract 33 from both sides. So 103 minus 33 is 70. Okay, Huntsville High School Theater performed Little Shop of Horrors. They sold 872 tickets opening night with a revenue of $8,241. An adult ticket was $12, child ticket is $5.50. A represents adult tickets, C represents the child tickets, and write a system that can be used to find the number of adult and child tickets. Okay, we just have to write it. We don't have to solve it. Yes. Okay. Adult ticket's $12. Kids ticket is $5.50. Total amount of money. Oh, that was an A. Total amount of money. 8,241. 872 tickets total. And those numbers are big, so I'm glad we just get to write it. All right. The sum of the perimeters of two squares is 56. And the difference between their perimeters is 24. So sum is add, difference is subtract. If x represents the side length of the smaller square and y represents the side length of the larger square, which of the following could be used to find the dimensions? Let's think about a square. Smaller one, x is the side length. If it's a square, they're all the same. Y is the bigger one. So again, all the same. So the perimeter, adding all these up, will give us 4x. The perimeter, adding all these up, will give us 4y. So we'd have to say it's B. The sum is 56. The difference is 24. All right, some matching. Infinitely many is when they are the same exact line. Where do they cross? Always. One solution is when they just intersect one time. They create a point, an ordered pair. An x and a y would be our answer. No solution is when they are parallel, because no solution means they will not cross and they will not touch. Okay, use substitution. So normally when I do a substitution problem, I ask you to find the variable that is isolated. I ask you to find the variable that's alone and then highlight the expression that it's equal to. So in this one, y is equal to 3x minus 1. So this is what I'm going to highlight. This can be replaced for y. 3x minus 1 can with y. Okay, so in my second equation, where I see y, that's where I'm going to put 3x minus 1. So I'm just rewriting that second equation, but I'm replacing the y with 3x minus 1. Now I'm going to combine like terms. 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. Add 1, add 1. Divide by negative 2. And I get negative 2. Now that's just my x value. I've now got to find my y value. You can plug into either equation, but the top one's going to be easiest because I'm solving for y. That's what I want to know. So y is equal to 3 times negative 2 minus 1. I'm just substituting again. I know what x is equal to. So I'm substituting it in for x, negative 2. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Subtracting 1 gives me negative 7. So I can check this. I can go into my other equation and make sure that this works. So y minus 5 times x equals 3. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10, and negative 7 plus 10 is 3. It works. Solve the following system by elimination. So again, this is elimination because our x's are right lined up, our y's are lined up, our constants are lined up. In elimination, you're going to get rid of one of your variables. The way that they get rid of each other, or the way that they cancel out, is when one is positive and one is negative and they have the same coefficient. So if we look at this problem, I see that with the y's. So I'm going to add 3x plus x is 4x. Negative y plus y cancels out, and 5 plus 3 is 8. Dividing both sides by 4 gives me that x is equal to 2. Now again, I have the choice of plugging into either one. I would say that the bottom one is easier because it says x plus y equals 3. If x is 2, subtracting 2 from both sides gives me that y is equal to 1. Okay. When paired with the equation y is equal to 5x plus 3, which equation will have a solution? So to have a solution, you cannot be parallel because that's no solution. So I'm looking for things that have a slope of 5, and then those are not going to be my answer. So slope of 5, no. Slope of 5, no. This isn't a slope of 5, so I think it's D, but let me just check. If I get y by itself, subtract 15x from both sides. Divide both sides by negative 3. Negative 15 divided by negative 3 is 5. So I again have a slope of 5, so it can't be B. Okay, write the system that's graphed below, and then, then analyze solutions. Okay, so y-intercept is 2. My slope is up 1, to the right 3. This is a solid line, and the blue is shading down, so that's less than or equal to. The red one, the y-intercept here is negative 1. My slope is up 2 over 1. My red line is shading up, and it's dotted, so that's just going to be greater than. So when it's asking if we fall in the solution set, we want to know, are we in the place where both of them are shaded? So red was shading up, blue was shading down, so purple is where they intersect. So we want to know